In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit. Welcome to Tales of Ada, where we discuss and explore Middle-earth. Thank you for joining us on this special day. Today is Hobbit Day 2021, the birthday of both Frodo and Bilbo Baggins. Here on this channel we have covered various topics, from the music of the Ainur to the men of Númenor, but somehow the halflings have never had their own video. And so here it is. The origins of these small yet brave creatures are very ambiguous, but it is believed that they are related to men, and so assumed that hobbits were the younger children of Ilúvatar. For more than a millennia, hobbits grew distant from men and became secluded, and kept no record of their relation to mankind. The first we really hear of hobbits is in the early Third Age, when they lived in Vales of the Anduin. While they lived here, the Northmen knew of their existence. The Northmen would later become the Rohirrim. The hobbits lived in the Vales of the Anduin for some time until the shadow of Dol Guldur lengthened, and men of the east attacked parts near Greenwood the Great. It was at this time that the hobbits undertook the perilous task of crossing the Misty Mountains, and these years would later be known as the Wandering Days. However, some hobbits returned to the banks of the Anduin and grew distant from the main group of hobbits. After some time, the hobbits reached the land in between the Baranduin, which was they renamed Brandywine, and the Weather Hills. Soon later, in 1601 of the Third Age, a group of hobbits decided to cross the river Brandywine and settle on the other side. Large numbers of hobbits followed, and most of them abandoned their former land, and so this land was left desolate. The new land on the west banks of the Brandywine was called the Shire. The hobbits of the Shire became subject to the King of Arnor, and even sent hobbit archers to the Battle of Fornost. After the destruction of Angmar and Arnor, the Shire became an independent land, and the hobbits chose the Thrain to rule over them in the absence of the King of Arnor. The small land of the hobbits was later guarded by the Dunedain Rangers of the north. The only strangers in the Shire were dwarfs who travelled the east road from the Blue Mountains to their palaces in Middle-earth, and occasional elves going to the Grey Heavens or Emenberad. However, all was not good for the merry hobbits of the Shire. For the Great Plague of 1636 dwindled the number of the hobbits. Later, goblins attacked from Mount Gram, but were defeated at the Battle of Greenfields. The Shire also suffered as the result of the long winter, and then the fell winter, in which white wolves attacked the Shire. After the adventures of Bilbo Baggins of Bag End, Saruman put spies in Bree and the South Farthing, as he was suspicions of Gandalf's dealing in this land. During the War of the Ring, the Shire was visited by the 9 Ringwraiths, and then, while the Rangers were off to war, the Shire was defenceless. It was captured by Saruman and Lotho Sackville Baggins, who led evil men. It was liberated later with the help of Frodo, Sam, Merry and Pippin, who had been victorious in the fight against Sauron in the south. They ended Saruman's tyranny at the Battle of Bywater, but the damage which Saruman caused by forcing industrialization was undone by the hobbits' efforts. The Shire was restored with the planting of a mallow tree in the place of the party tree which had been cut down. With the coronation of Aragon Elisar, the Shire joined the reunited kingdom, and in year 6 of the Fourth Age it became a free land under the protection of the kingdom. A royal order forbade the entrance of full-sized men into the Shire. In year 31 of the Fourth Age, King Aragon extended the land westward to Emyn Bered. This land was named Westmarch, and many hobbits moved there. Thank you for watching. We hope you have a fantastic Hobbit day, and next week we will continue the story of the Edain, the men of Beleriand.